Hi, my name is Jay. Thank you for joining my lesson on piano and music theory. You're probably at home wondering, how am I going to play piano without a piano? Well, you can make one. Now, I know it's not as cool as a regular piano because it doesn't make noises and stuff, but it's actually really good for practice before you get on a real piano, especially if it's your first time, because you're relying on muscle memory instead of listening to the notes. And this helps because once you get on a real piano, your fingers will already know what to do. Muscle memory just means your body remembers doing it from practice or doing it before. If you like, you can pause the video and make a piano like this. The important thing is to have 2 sets of 2 black keys and 2 sets of 3 black keys. You want to start with your C key, and you should have 3 C keys. 1 in the beginning, 1 in the middle, and 1 at the end if you copied it right. And you're just going to fill it out with the letters C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then start over again. It's like the alphabet, but you're just starting with C and going up until G. Okay? Here's a better look. You can pause the video if you like and make one right now so you can follow along. But it's just as good as a regular piano. It just doesn't make noise when you press it. But you gotta start somewhere. The first thing you need to know before you touch a piano at all is what fingers to use. And I also made this finger chart for you. I called it piano fingers. And you can do the same at home if you like. And all I did was just trace my hands, my right hand and my left hand. And then I wrote the numbers that go on each finger. Now, what these numbers represent are how you're going to put your fingers down when you play the piano. Now, your thumbs are always number 1. Your pointer finger is number 2. Your middle fingers are number 3. Your ring finger is number 4. And your pinky finger is number 5. And if you notice, when I put my ring finger up, my ring finger and my pinky finger, they don't move as well as the other fingers. And that's normal. And you'll get better at that as you play piano. So if you have a little trouble with fingers 4 and 5 when you start, don't worry about that. Just keep pushing through. And just like you learned how to write your name, or just like you learned how to count, you'll get better with practice. Now that we got our fingers down, we're going to talk about what our hands do. Normally, the left hand will play the low notes or the bass notes, and the right hand will play the higher notes, also known as the melody. Today, we're only going to focus on the right hand to keep things a little more simple, and to do that, we're going to learn the C major scale on middle C. Now, can you guess why they call it middle C? Because it's in the middle of the piano, okay? Now, the way that you find all C's on the piano, and we can use the chart to make this look a little easier, is you find the 2 black notes. Anywhere you find 2 black notes, the C is going to be the white note before it. To show you on an actual keyboard, these are 2 black notes, and this is a C before it. Now, this happens to be the middle C we were talking about. But for example, 2 black notes, this is also a C. Now, you may have noticed that between this C and this C, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white keys. This is called an octave. Like octopus with 8 legs, there are 8 steps between each octave, which are 2 of the same notes. Remember, the notes keep repeating. And remember, we keep our fingers where they are. We don't move them around. For example, thumb or number 1 finger should always play the C. It shouldn't be hopping over to play any other keys. Okay? They should always stay on the key they're on. You pretty much have all the knowledge you need to learn and play this song, so don't freak out. But there is one more thing I have to teach you before you can play this song, and we'll learn more about it in later lessons. Did you notice the different rhythms in my claps? One is a quarter note, and one is an eighth note. Try to guess which one's which. Quarter notes are longer than eighth notes, and eighth notes are half the time of a quarter note. That just means that eighth notes are a little faster. So the slower claps quarter notes, and the faster ones are eighth notes. Basically, eighth notes are just faster than quarter notes. Even though there are many other different kinds of notes, those are the only two kinds of notes you have to worry about today, because they're the only two in the song. Now, eighth notes and quarter notes and whatever other notes, they're just ways to measure rhythm in a song. If you notice, some songs are slower than others, some are faster, and some have all kinds of different beats in between. To make things a little easier, we are only going to focus on the first four notes of the C major scale in today's lesson. And these notes are C, D, E, and F. See if you can find them on your makeshift keyboard or on mine right here. Now, you always want to find your middle C first. Do you guys remember how? Yup, you find the two black keys and then C is right next to it. C, and then finding the rest of the notes are easy after that because they're all right next to each other, like the alphabet. C, D, E, F. And those are the only four notes you have to worry about today. To get a better understanding of the C major scale, we're going to learn a song that uses only the four notes that I just showed you. We are going to learn our first song on the piano, Baby Shark. All you need to know to play Baby Shark is that a quarter note is the basic rhythm, and an eighth note is half that rhythm. Can you hear the difference? Now, remember, we are only using our right hand today, and our right hand usually plays the higher notes on the piano. It's just more comfortable that way. But don't forget to do your finger placements. You can refer back to your finger chart if you like. Now, when you put your hand down, you put the 1 on the first key, 2 on the second. In this case, it's C, D, 3rd on the E, 4th on the F, and 5 on the G. You don't have to worry about this little 5 right now. We're just going to focus on the first 4. All right? Those are all the notes you need to play Baby Shark. Now, Baby Shark starts off with the first 2 notes, C and D. It goes, and those are quarter notes for you. And then you do your 4th finger like this 3 times. Ready? And then you just go back and do the same thing 2 more times. But the second time, you're going to switch to those eighth notes we talked about, like this. Did you notice the speed difference? One more time. Do that 3 times just like that. Now, after the 3rd time, we're going to use our 3rd finger. And we're going to go. So on the 3rd time, if you've noticed, we've been pressing our 4th finger 3 times. But on the 3rd time, you're going to press it 4 times. And go to your 3rd finger. This is what it looks like all at once. Do you notice that melody? Baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark. Mama shark doo 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 doo, mama shark doo 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 doo, mama shark doo 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 doo, mama shark. Oh, you run out of breath singing that song, but you get the idea. I know you just killed your first song on the piano, but I still want to leave you with a few helpful tips. Remember, when you place your fingers on the piano, you want to leave them on the keys where they are. You don't want to jump around to different keys. You know, just keep the thumb playing the C, for example. It doesn't need to go to any other key because your fingers are already there. It just makes things more simple to play. Also, when you are playing, you want to try to shape your hand like you're holding a small ball. Don't leave them flat because that just sounds weird. It's not what you want. Lastly, you want your fingers to move as independently as possible, so without the other fingers moving with them. It's a little trickier with the 4 and the 5. I still have trouble with them, so don't worry about it too much. But if you want to challenge yourself, you can take a coin, like this penny, put it on the back of your hand, and see if you can do this exercise without it sliding off. I still have work to do, and we'll get better together. Thanks for joining my video. See you next time.